You don't chase money, you attract money. When you develop skills beyond the ordinary, right, and beyond the normal, by default, money begins to flow. What's up, guys? My name is Gift, and welcome to my YouTube channel. On today's episode, we'll be talking about three things money can't buy: time, purpose, and truth. Now, the first thing money can't buy is time, right? Now, time is not just a number, time is a factor and an entity. No matter how rich, no matter how wealthy, no matter how influential you are, you can't buy time. And that is because time holds record of the past and even indicates the future. Now, there are reasons why we can't buy time. And the first reason is because time is manageable, not controllable. You can't control time. Now, maybe you are looking at reading in the night or you're planning an event. You cannot stop time because you've not done what you want to do. You can only manage time by cutting down events, by cutting down things you are doing. Now, I've divided this category into two parts: negotiable and non-negotiable. Now, for instance, uploading a YouTube video, right, every Friday is a non-negotiable. Probably reading also is a non-negotiable. But going out to meet friends, probably at night, coming on social media at night, and all these things are negotiable, right? So when you treat time like an entity that cannot be bought, you understand that you as an individual, your time management skill will begin to grow. And because time cannot be bought, time should only be managed. Now, the second reason why we cannot buy time is because time determines the future. A lot of us have had events at the past, right? From our family, from our school, from our personal life, right? Now, these events that have happened at the past will determine how much reaction you're going to react at the future. For instance, if you're looking at developing a good reading habit, and you, by default, you always read 1 hour every day, probably in the morning, 10 pages in the morning, at the long run, you tend to understand that you've built a very good reading habit at the long run. Now, that is because the habits of time management, productivity, and reading have grown toward the long time. Now, because time is manageable, not controllable, how do we manage time? The first thing I feel is one of the greatest way we could manage time is by creating a routine. Now, we feel routines are cage, they are restrictions, they are boundaries. But oh well, as much as they are cages and their restrictions, they are also indicators towards positivity. Create routines that would help you understand your personal time. Number two thing about time management is know how much your time is worth in cash, in currency. Now, I've tend to understand that, okay, 1 hour of my time is worth 11,000 naira. 1 hour of my time is worth 50,000 naira. When you understand how much your time is worth in cash, you tend to understand that you should not waste time and you should manage time properly. The third thing is to live your best. Now, time is a process. Time is what indicates the future, right? So enjoy the process of time. Look at time like a process of eating, and you tend to live your best while living throughout time. So time cannot be bought, but can be managed. Alright, number two, or the second thing money can't buy is purpose. Now, my personal definition of purpose is the one thing you can die for and the one thing you are living for, right? Going to school is not bad. Academics is not bad, but that is not the purpose why you're alive. That's why a lot of us struggle, a lot of us hate Mondays, a lot of us hate school, a lot of us hate reading, a lot of us hate all these things. That is because it is not the reason why you're alive. You will not enjoy satisfaction. You will not experience fulfillment when you are not living your purpose. So time, money, these things, and then purpose. Money cannot buy purpose. Money cannot give you the reason why you're alive. Money can only facilitate the reasons why you're alive. For instance, if you are brilliant or you have the passion for outreach, for meeting up new people, for talking, for probably even helping the needy, right? You need money to facilitate that journey, to facilitate that fulfillment. But you cannot use money to buy the fulfillment. Now, if money cannot buy purpose, how do we discover purpose? How do we manage purpose? Now, the first thing is that Purpose is fulfillment, right? Money cannot buy fulfillment. Money cannot actually make you happy. Money can only facilitate happiness. Money can only give you direction to happiness, and then you can be happy. Money in itself cannot give you the reason to be alive. That is why a lot of rich people, a lot of billionaires get divorced, commit suicide. That is because they are not enjoying what they're living for. Now, one of the tips about purpose is discover that same thing that you want to live your life for. Number 2, find personal time alone. Like, enjoy yourself alone, and then at the long run, you understand that you start discovering purpose and you start discovering that same thing that gives you fulfillment and gives you joy. All right, the third thing money can't buy is truth. Now, the word truth, I define it in 3 forms: wisdom, character, and attitude. Now, wisdom is basically the application of knowledge, application of information you've had at the long run. Character is your life, something that distinguishes you from others. That is what your character is, what you can be known for. And number 3, attitude, which is your default frequency. What do people see in you that you resonate frequently by default? Like, that is something. Are you a joyful person? Are you a sadist? Are you someone that is rude? Or are you someone that is that is not genuine with words and the rest, right? So money cannot buy you. Money cannot buy the real personality in you. Money can only build those things out. That is why people say power is good, but excess power is bad. Now, the point about power, about truth, and the rest is money would only bring out the real you at the long run, which is the truth. Money would never change your character. Money would only bring out the real character in you. Money would never change your attitude. Money would only bring out that real attitude in you. And these things are the truth. Now, for wisdom, money in itself would never make you wise. So no matter how much information you accumulate at the long run, right? If you don't practice those things, if you don't put them into actualization, those things would never happen. So 3 things money can't buy: truth, purpose, and time. Try as much as possible to manage time. Try as much as possible to find purpose, and try as much as possible to understand yourself, which is the truth. I know you've liked this video if you've stayed up to this time. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. My name is Gift. See you in my next episode. Bye for now.